Alrighty, test, test, test. I think we are live. Everybody, just want to welcome you to our second recruitment race for the Troy's Auto Detailing 360 Sprints. Tonight's show is going to be, of course, presented by Troy's Auto Detailing and Williams Seal Coating as well. There are two series sponsors for our 360 Sprints. Tonight's show, it looks like we got about 9 drivers out here today. A lot of returning drivers like Charles New III, Ty Williams, Caden Searcy, and I see some new faces I don't recognize before, like Preston Coltrell. I've seen Matt Grimm once or twice, but happy to see him here as well. And Chase Keefe, I don't think I've ever seen him before as well, so we just want to welcome everybody. My name is Juice. Everybody knows me, I'm sure, from the 3PG Discord. I'm one of the main league admins. I own 3PG, and now apparently I'm working on broadcasting as well. So just another thing we can kind of add to the series. Right now, we're currently in our qualifying state. Right now, it looks like Chase Keith is taking the front of qualifying. If my standings board is reading me correctly. Ty Williams is right behind him in second, just off by 1/100th of a second. And Jesus, we got Matt Grimm just behind him at 2/100ths of a second. Tyler Johnson in fourth at 4/100ths of a second behind him. And in fifth, we got Bryce Shade. If I'm saying it wrong, go ahead and murder me in the chat. Um, and it looks like he is behind by 8/100ths of a second. Charles is behind him in sixth place, just 13/100ths of a second behind. Jason behind him in seventh place, with Preston, David, and Caden Searcy rounding out our top 10. It looks like Noah Jones is currently in 11th, with 7/10ths behind the leader. So it does look like we got a pretty stacked field today. I believe we were just waiting the rest of the time for qualifying to run out. So while we wait on that, just wanted to go over some details for this league. For the 360 sprints, it is an invitation-only league. The only way any of these drivers can get in is they got to run in these recruitment races or get invited via a previous season from 3PG. Once those drivers get in, they pay a small league fee, and then they're running for the season points. To my knowledge, and I'd have to check specifically in the Discord, I believe they're running for over $1,200 in total pay. I'll go ahead and go over it right now real quick. I got $500 for first, $350 for second, $200 for third, $100 for fourth, and $50 for fifth. That's the season payouts I got going on right now for all the drivers who end up making the league. Really strong payout, if you want my honest opinion. I think we're going to get some really, really good racers across the board and have some really good racing. Also, this is 3PG's first ever broadcast we have ever done, so it's probably going to be buggy. It's probably going to be kind of, hit or miss here or there. DC, I see your message. Care to have another announcer? We're always down to test different people out if anybody has an opinion. I got another announcer who's supposed to be here helping me, and it's no fault on him. It's just I literally just figured out how to get Discord audio to work through the Discord, and I just never had a chance to say anything, and we had to get it moving. So, looks like I'm flying solo dolo tonight, but other than tonight, we'll be able to get going 2 to 3 announcers strong, and hopefully we can make this a really good, fun series throughout. Have broadcasting all year, and the whole nine. Let's go ahead. Oop, looks like my Siri yelled at me. Looks like... Yep, looks like it just finished up. Looks like myself, Max, and Troy accidentally go in as spectators, so is what it is. I did the same exact thing. We're going to go ahead and get lined up and get to racing. If you are wondering why the cam is going crazy, it is because I am playing with new camera angles, trying to figure out which ones work. Oh no, did I break it? Okay, your broadcaster did not break the stream. I was getting very worried for a second. There we go. Test, test. Can you hear me? Oh, horrible. That's great. Oh my gosh. So for everybody who is just now coming to join, or anybody looking to join, I deeply apologize because I'm brand new to OBS. I'm brand new to YouTube streaming and all that good stuff. It looks like I was just off on the link. I thought the link I had posted was going to work for me coming in. I guess not. So we'll go ahead and get lined up and get the racing. Like I said originally, it's going to be, it looks like Keith as well as Matt Grimm rounding out our front row. We got to get a program to see at the beginning of these a little better. So unfortunately we'll be able to go over the standings till we get going. But other than that, let's get some green flag racing. I'm ready to go. We're coming 1 to green this time by. Thank you for that. I'm going to turn the mic up a little bit. Like I said, we're testing a lot of stuff today. So I appreciate all the input we can get. Looks like we're coming 1 to green this time by. Let's go ahead and go green flag racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's get it. We got Keith leading the turn 1 with Matt Grimm behind him coming on the high side. I wish I had these standings up a little better. Bryce Shields coming in on the inside. He's rounding out third. Jason's going to take fourth that lap. Ooh, it looks like Keith gets a little low, and Matt Grimm and Bryce Shields gets into the inside of him. He's going to help it out. Matt Grimm is going to go ahead and hold the lead. He's rounding out turn 1, about a 24 car lead. Second place looks like is going to be Jason Trenapool. I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize. Jason Trenapool. Third's going to be Bryce. Fourth place rounded out by Keith, and fifth by David. Let me go ahead and see if I can find out what happened there at last. Specifically, I think that was earlier in the race. Let me see if I can find something more current. I think something else happened, but the only thing I could find is this incident right here causing the caution. I thought that already resolved and went through, but maybe that was what ended up happening. So it looks like the number 9 car ended up getting into the wall and back to racing. I don't know how we get live again. There we go, we're live. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get lined back up and go green flag this time by, it looks like. Alright, Matt Grimm completed off one in turn 1. He's going to take that high line. It looks like we got the 14 car Bryce Shields. Jason rounding out the inside, taking third, I believe. David blocking the fourth, and Bella rounding out the top 5 and 5th. It looks like Matt's going to hold a strong lead around the 5 to go. That's a nice 6 tenths of a second lead. Doesn't seem like much, but in Lima Land, that could be also so he's got a pretty strong consistent showing going right now. I don't know if Bryce is going to have anything to catch him as well. We'll see if we can round him out these next couple laps. Got Jason rounding out third. It looks like we got a really tight battle going on. Jason's going to send it in low. I don't know if he's going to end up getting it. Looks like that left tire he might end up losing a few more spots when it's all said and done. Yeah, it definitely looks like he's going to. We're going 3 wide in the turn 3. Looks like Jason thought it might have been clear. I didn't see the full replay on that. We'll go ahead and check it out. Not race control being the one to decide that, but it looks like that's where our previous caution came from. Kind of see what Jason saw right there. last lap or two and get ready to go one the green. Looks like we got 3 laps to go in this first heat, being led by Matt Grimm. And scoring right now, it looks like it says it's David Block, but I think it's going to be Bryce in the 14 car in second. We'll see how this all shakes out. David's scoring second, but I see him marked for 4th. I'll have to get a better standings marker for that. DC, I just saw your message on the game audio, turning that down now. I appreciate you, brother. You're really helping me out here. Looks like we're going to go green this time by with Matt Grimm taking the lead, going inside in the turn 1 and 2. Gets a little bobbly, but he's going to come out in the lead. Second place is going to be Bryce Shield coming in on the outside. Looks like you got Landon, if I'm saying that correctly, holding a strong run. I haven't heard his name. He must have been moving up from the back. He's rounding out 3rd. Chase Keys in 4th, and Jason trying to pull in 5th. Well, here comes Matt Grimm to take your white flag this time by, coming into turn 1. It's going to be very clean. As long as he hits his marks, I think it's going to take away as your Heat 1 winner. I don't know what happened behind. It looks like we had some good hard racing, but something happened behind them to finish it up. I don't know if I'll be able to have a chance to find that, but I will try. I don't know if that was it right there. It looks like the 43 and the 4 ended up getting into each other at the end of that race. Race control can go ahead and hash that one out. Other than that, great win by Matt Grimm. Congratulations, and let's get on to Heat 2. Other than that, for everybody that missed it, I apologize. I had this stream up, planned for a 9:30 pre-stream, ready to go, and I guess I just did not hit the right thing, wasn't ready. Not sure what's going on. I am very new to this, so I do apologize about that one. But we'll go ahead and get this going. Looks like on the front row we got Ty Williams in the 39 car, and I'm sorry, it's slightly confusing for me because the numbers in game are different from the numbers on my scorepad, so I apologize for the lack of professionalism on the standings. Just turn the game audio down even more. Is that better, guys? I saw a heart, I'll take it. Perfect. Like I said, while we wait to go take the green flag, couple things about 3PG. Like we said, Tuesdays are going to be the invite-only 360 sprints presented by Troy's Auto Detailing. Remember, on Wednesdays we have the Bender Designs UNP Modifieds, and on Thursdays, of course, we have the 3PG Speed Shop Pro Late Model. So don't forget to get signed up for those as well. Thank you, Bomb. I appreciate that. DC, I also appreciate the help you've given me on the audio. This is huge. But other than that, looks like they're going to get ready. I believe they're going to go 1 to green this time by. So, looks like we got the 0-1. I know that is Ty Williams. Second place, I'll get you called out correctly in a minute because my standings is bugged up. I'll get somebody to help me fix that in a second. I see Charles New to 3rd in that 3PG Speed Shop car in 3rd. I like how 3PG Speed Shop's representing 1st and 3rd for us, but let's go ahead and get green flag racing here. We got Ty Williams rounding out 1st. He's going to take that outside line. Ooh, but we got a heck of a run by Tyler Johnson on the inside. He's going to give Ty Williams some competition as they go into 3 and 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Ty Williams is going to lead lap number 1. It looks like by probably about a 1/10 of a second. We got Tyler Johnson coming in 2nd. Charles New is going to round out that 3rd place spot, but there's plenty of good racing going on back there. I see Charles New racing back there with, it looks like, Preston Cottrell. I don't recognize his name, so I mean, if he's keeping up with our top 4, I think we got another potential 3PG driver. We'll have to wait and see in this feature. We got some great 2x2 racing for 1st and 2nd, as well as 3rd and 4th, and we got Caden Searcy rounding out the back. Caden's probably been one of the fan favorites in 3PG for a long time. I would say he's the pure equivalent of probably the most improved driver I've ever seen on this game, and I fully expect him to win a track championship with us in the next couple years. I'm happy to see him out here tonight. Other than that, it looks like there was some trouble out of Tyler Johnson's sprint car. We'll have to look back and see what happened there. It looks like Charles New to 3rd ended up breaking into 2nd, and we got 3 wide racing. Holy crap, Preston Cottrell, or did I read that right? Preston Cottrell making his name in there as well. Charles New to third, taking the outside line, taking second. He's going to see if he can make it hold, but he's got Tyler Johnson throwing the slider to take second place coming in 2 laps to go, or 3 laps to go. Ty Williams, though, has a commanding lead to give you an idea where he's at. And he's kind of on an island by himself. It looks like he's probably going to have at least a whole straightaway of a gap as long as he don't goof anything up. But this racing for second right here is some of the best we've seen in a while. We got Charles New to third, coming in fourth place, going to take that outside line. Is he going to split the middle here and make it 3 wide? Maybe not. Looks like we got Tyler Johnson holding second and Preston Cottrell in third. Whew. Talk about some good racing. Holy crap. I think that race ended a lap ago. Mine said 1 to green as well. I kind of noticed them all stop. So I think there's some errors slightly on my overlays that I have for how many laps are left to green, stuff like that. Give me 1 second. I know, I'm professional. I apologize. Holy crap. Alrighty, just had to do that so I could see what's going on. It looks like they've got 50 laps tonight at Lima Land, which I know is a lot of laps for a sprint car, but if any track's going to be able to do it, it's going to be one of the tiniest in the sim, and that's going to be Lima Land. So I'm really excited to get this group of guys out here racing. Our starting order for tonight looks like it's going to be Matt Grimm on the inside pole with Ty Williams on the outside pole. Second row inside is going to be Bryce Shade with second row outside being Preston Cotterill. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. The font is super tiny on my Streamlabs. Rolling in fifth place, we got Landon McLeod, and sixth place we got Tyler Johnson. Seventh place, it looks like starting is going to be Chase Keith, with eighth place being 3PG Zone Charles New the third. He's the second 3PG driver other than Ty Williams in this race. In ninth, we're going to have Jason Trentapool. And outside fifth row, we're going to have Caden Searcy. Other than that, looks like we're going to have Noah Jones in 11th, and David Locke is going to be 12th. I know it says Max, Justin, and Justin in the back. One of those Justins is me. The other one's my brother. The other one's our other race control, Max. So those should drop to the bottom or exclude shortly. Let's go ahead and get ready to go on the green. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to Troy's Auto Detailing and Williams Seal Coating for putting this series on. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do any of this without y'all. And here we have it. Week 2 of our recruitment series is underway. We got Matt Grimm taking first place going into the corner inside. Ty Williams is going to elect to take that outside line. We got some 3-wide racing going on in the back behind them. 2x2 going into 3, pretty much first through 6. Looks like one car toward the back there got a little loose as well. Matt Grimm's going to lead lap number 1. Oh, we got a nice wreck coming out of there. Ty Williams looks to be involved as well as a few other cars. Let's go ahead and play that back and see if we can see what happened here. Sorry, I'm getting used to the slow-mo, so this is a new one. So we got the slow-mo cam. Looks like the car in front of him might have got a hair loose, and Ty might have got into him. Whew. Man, it's races like these that make me really happy I don't have to do the race control, and I could just broadcast today. Man, that's a heck of a thing to have to look at. We'll get one more look at it. Let me go back again. I like that slow-mo view. Yeah. A little quicker. Oh my god, no, not slower. Oh my lord. Either way, here's what happened, guys. I had a great view. I thought it was cool. I just goofed it up. We're going to go ahead and get it lined back up. Alrighty. So we'll see how race control decides to get that lined up, get that scored. Looks like we're going to have Preston rounding out the lead the field, coming to the green flag. It looks like that's Tyler Johnson, if I remember correctly, in second, with Charles New the third in third. I like the way that sounds. And we're going to go ahead and get back to green flag racing. Oop, it looks like we didn't like that. They're going to go ahead and line them back up. That's another thing 3PG has been huge about this year. If we don't like a start, or whatever the reason, We're going to call it back immediately, whether we think a leader jumped, someone's out of formation, or what. Had a lot of goofiness toward the end. You put money up, we understand goofiness happens. But we'll go ahead and get that line back up and give her another try. While we're waiting here, I wanted to thank some of the other sponsors associated with 3PG, of course, and as always, 3PG Speed Shop. We're always trying to sell the cheapest and the best setups around. Always check them out at www.3pg.online or check them out in the Discord, discord.gg/3pg. Other than that, I want to give a huge shout out to Bender Designs. Bender Designs has been with us probably from the very beginning, even before Bender Designs was a thing. If you need wraps, vinyls, graphics, design arts, I've seen him do anything and anything. Just give him a call and he'll get you taken care of. Troy's Auto Detailing and also the birthday boy Troy Hart, we greatly appreciate what he does as well. We wouldn't be able to do half the things we do without him, as well as Williams Seal Coating. We appreciate everything that goes on with you guys as well. Other than that, just some of the people we've worked with that we appreciate: Elevated TV, Buckeye Racing Network, Regal Promotions, just some of the guys that we couldn't thank enough for all the stuff we've partnered with them, all the stuff that we've helped out, and anything in between. We want to continue to make the virtual sport we have here as great as we can. It looks like, I'm going to assume they probably got everything cleaned up there. It looks like there was probably a lot of debris on the track. I mean, I tell you what, the way the fans at Lava Land be drinking, there was probably a few beer cans that needed cleaned up, and you know, if you've been there before, you understand that. Alrighty. It's a pace truck coming inside. Pace truck is going to stay out. Looks like they're not going yet. I guess while we wait on that, we can check out a couple of these different camera views, kind of see how we like them. Oh, we're going 1 to green now. Let's go ahead and take the 1 to green through Preston's cockpit, since he's in first place, and let's kind of get a view of what he's going to see here. Yeah, it looks like he's going to elect to take that low line going into turn 1. Knowing he's in first place, he's clear. He's going to take that outside all the way up to the wall and dive it back down to the 3 and 4. And Preston's going to lead your 5th lap of that race. Let's go ahead and get it back to the normal view. It looks like we got Tyler Johnson in 2nd, Jason Trinipal in 3rd, Charles New in 3rd and 4th, with Bryce Shed in 5th. Chase Keith is going to start your back half in 6th. David Locke in 7th. Noah Jones in 8th with Matt Grimm and Landon, who got caught up in that first caution, in 9th and 10th. And it doesn't look like Ty Williams was able to get back out there. I see him a lap down. This front of the pack racing is starting to spread out a little bit, but we got a very consistent front two between Preston and Tyler Johnson. Looks like they're pretty much running nose to tail, but I really want to see if that outside line is going to work. Bryce Shee, Jason Trinipal, and Chase Keith are seeing what they can do up there. And just nobody's been able to make consistent momentum yet while we go about 9 laps into this 50-lap feature. As Tyler Johnson gets a little loose there, it's going to open a door for Brian. Let me go ahead and pull that up right here. That's looking like some really good racing as well. As we go into turn 1 here, Brian's going to take that outside line. And I think what I said earlier, that outside line is going to work. It's starting to come in real good right now. Yeah, he's going to keep riding that wall, seeing what he can do to make it work. He's definitely starting to make a run. Preston's going to keep holding first place, running that middle line, but he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal here soon. You got the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th coming up right behind him. Tyler Johnson's going to round out 3rd with Chase Keith in 4th, and Jason Trinipal is going to be your 5th place car to round out your top 5. Check out some of this racing we got going on in the back for a second. We got Charles New. It looks like he's in 8th, just behind the street-wide racing we got going on right in front of him. But just in front of him, it looks like we got David Locke, Matt Grimm, and I believe that is Jason Trinipal, if I'm reading that right. I may be slightly wrong on that. All fighting pretty much 2 wide, going 3 wide in that back half of the pack. Matt Graham's really starting to make his way through. He's got a fast car. He was just involved in that first caution, so I really think he's going to be able to make his way up to the front. Let's go ahead and get a cockpit view of him for a couple laps here. I mean, the main thing you can see here, very smooth, not a lot of steering wheel shake in the corners. I mean, we're watching him reel in the competitors here. I think Matt Graham's going to be a force to be reckoned with here about lap 30, lap 40 when he catches back up. Let's go ahead and check out our lead pack and see how they're doing up here. Yeah, it looks like we got a yellow. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. I was on the cockpit view, so I missed it. See if I can find out what happened. So from what I can see, I think that's Tyler Johnson's car right there. Looks like he ended up getting into the outside wall, and I think his car was just broke from there. Really not much more he could do about it. That top link, I don't know if it came on or came off. My stream can't decide. Your stream can't decide. We're going to assume it's on there. And we're going to go ahead and get it rolling. I'm going to get line back up. And I tell you what, it looks like our front three have been pretty consistent since the last time we looked at them. Preston's going to be holding out first place. I thought Bryce was going to come around him by now on that outside line. I guess since we went to look toward the back of the pack, that became some really good racing. Chase Keith is going to be in third place. Jace has been kind of a silent warrior making it work out here as well. Tyler Johnson, he's the one that was involved in that accident, so that's going to bump, I believe. How does I got that score? I believe that's going to bump up Matt Grimm, the guy I was just talking about. That's going to bump him up to fourth with David Locke in fifth. But let's go ahead and get back. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. A couple things to consider. This track has not been reset since it was generated at 0% from practice. We do not reset the tracks here at 3PG, so one thing I'm real curious about is in about 20 to 30 laps, I think we're going to see a lot of very good racing, a lot of interesting theories. Are we going to go low with throttle control? Are we going to let the top eat? What are we going to do here? And I'm very excited to watch it. Preston's going to round out inside pole, coming one to green with Bryce on the outside. Looks like that's Chase in third, and is that the Ty Williams car in fourth? Whoo-wee! We got some good racing coming around. I'll have to see how he got back up there. Ooh, that was a heck of a start. I don't know how they kept it together, but it doesn't look like it's... Ooh, there it goes in turn one. I had a feeling it was all going to go. That's going to bring our caution flag back up. Let's go ahead and start that start from the very beginning. That was a... And so it looks like off rip they get going, and I don't know if the inside pole dipped down or outside came up, but they were kind of wonker-jawed from the start. And as they get going, it was never going to get better from there. Unfortunately, it looks like the 91 and the 13 got into each other. That's what ended up causing that whole incident. Let me go ahead and see if I could get a better look at that one. Ooh, yeah, it looked like a... I'll let them call how they want it, but that's an interesting view myself. We'll go ahead and get line back up to live race view, but that's what happened there in turn one, and unfortunately it looks like it took out most of the field right there. I don't know who is the leader. Who will be the one leading this race when it comes back around? I believe that is Preston's car up there in first place. I apologize if I'm calling any of these names or numbers wrong. Unfortunately, what the league is running, I'll have everybody's official numbers in front of me, but I'm kind of doomed with what iRacing presents on my scorecard. So I apologize if I'm pronouncing anybody's name or numbers wrong. We're kind of doing this on the fly. But from what it looks like to me, we're going to have Preston on the inside pole. It looks like it's going to be Bryce on the outside in second place. Third place, I believe that's Matt Grimm's car there in the number 9, with outside being Ty Williams. Fifth place is going to be Charles New, the third, and that is going to be, I believe that is David Locke's car in sixth place outside of him as well. And then in seventh place, once they get pulled back around, that's where it kind of gets a little goofy. It doesn't have everything pulled back up. While we wait for this, we'll go into some info on some of the other leagues as well. We have a $1,200 prize pool in our sprint cars, but I mean, it's not the only thing we run. We also have an $800 prize pool in our Bender Designs UNP Modifieds, as well as I believe it's a $900 prize pool in the 3PG Speed Shop Pro Late models. These are only $5 to enter leagues once you are invited. You got to, of course, run the invitational race, being one of these recruitment races, to get in. But after that, I mean, that's really all it takes. It's a very fun, very lucrative league to be in, and I mean, if anybody's learned anything with 3PG, if you're fast, you're going to win some money here. So we'd love to have you. We definitely want you to get signed up. And we're going to go green this time by, with Preston taking the lead going into turn number 1. Looks like he's going to hold that inside line, but you've got Matt. 1 second. Let me let iRacing catch up and make sure I'm not completely off on these cars. Yep, it wasn't Matt Grimm up there. I apologize. That was Chase Keefe's car. I believe it was up there. So it looks like we're going to have Preston in first place with Bryce Shield coming around in second. Chase Keefe is going to take third. And it looks like Ty Williams just came back from that original wreck on the first lap, and he's made his way back to fourth place. David Locke is going to round out your top 5. And holy crap, we got a heck of a slider thrown by Ty Williams. He wasn't quite clear, but he is coming for third place, Chase Keefe. Let's take a look at this battle here for a couple laps. And he's going to come in with the slider again in the 4. He's going up. Chase is coming down with the crossover. Chase is going to lead this next lap on lap 25 at the halfway point. Let's see if Ty's got anything for him coming back. And if he don't hurry up, you got David Locke right behind him as well. And he's not holding anything back. He's not going to wait around for these two to make up their minds. He's going to pass them both. But not to mention, you got Charles New and other cars on the outside coming as well. And it looks like a car got into the wall on the outside. He's going to lose a couple positions. Now that this battle's calmed down, let's go ahead and take a look at the top spots. Preston's still holding a commanding lead out here, 0.7 of a second ahead of the second place car, Bryce Sheed. Or how do you say his name? Is it Shide? Sheed? I'm just going to call him Bryce. I feel like I'm really messing his name up. It looks like we got Bryce in second place here. Chase Keith is going to round out third place. Take a look at him up here. Ty Williams, it looks like he's going to round out fourth, and David Locke here is going to be your fifth place car. And oh, he gets into the wall. It looks like him and the car behind him got into it. It looks like he's still moving. He's going to round out the last place car. Is he broke? I think he's broke. That right front is gone. That tire is sideways like my future. We're going to bring the caution out this time by. Luckily, fast repairs and pit repairing is on here, so as long as you can get to your pits, you're usually, for the most part, good to go. Let me go ahead and bring that one back. Oh, I do it too quick. It looks like David Logue and Charles New. They're coming around. Yeah, it looks like Charles and David ended up getting into each other, and that's what ended up causing that caution. How race control calls that, we'll let them decide here in just a second, and we'll go ahead and get lined up and get back to racing. While we're sitting here waiting for the green flag to get by, let me go ahead and get the camera views pulled back up. Just wanted to bring up sponsorship opportunities as well. I've had a couple people bring up different things like caution sponsor, heat race winner, stuff like that. If anybody ever has any interest at all, please let me know and we can get anything you want posted at any of our races. We try to give back as much money as humanly possible. What we are at 3PG is we want to see the best racer. Who can we put in an equal field of 20 cars and who's going to win? So if we can throw a little bit of money up there to entice it, we're going to do it. We really appreciate everybody who's came out to support us to this point as we get ready to go I believe we're going to go 1 to green probably next time by. Don't look like they're lined up completely just yet. We'll take a pause for just a second to make sure everything got correctly done. I know I had a stream set up to schedule to go up at 9:30 and I thought this was it, but I guess this ended up creating a new stream link, so I'm not exactly sure how that one worked. I apologize. I ended up having to have my brother come downstairs and yell at me like, hey, you got a bunch of people sitting here, where are you at, what are you doing? So I do apologize about all that. I don't even know how to remove it. I still see 3 people waiting in here. Like, I haven't pulled up, so I apologize. I blasted the Discord to come back. But we're going to go ahead and get this line back up and go 1 to green this time by, it looks like. Preston is going to continue to be your leader coming into this green flag lap. He's going to take that outside line, but we got Bryce Sheed and Chase Keith. Both of them are going to try to make that inside line work, and they might do it. We're going to almost go 3 wide into turn 1. Preston's going to hit that inside car, and we have a new leader. Holy crap, Chase Keith is going to be leading his first lap of this feature. And Bryce Sheed is coming right behind him. You don't want to count either of those cars out, but check out who you got behind them. Preston wants that lead back. Matt Grimm is coming on the top, and you got Ty Williams coming in the middle. We got a 5-way fight for first, baby. Holy crap. Looks like Chase is going to hold a commanding lead this time by. He's got a couple tenths on Bryce. Preston is still holding third very strong while Matt and Ty are fighting each other for that 4th place spot. That outside line is coming in very quick, folks. I think the people who are going to be running that and making that come will be a big advantage. But Matt Grimm is going into the wall. Oh, no. The car that I think is going to sneak away and get this thing. If he keeps hitting the wall, he's not going to have anything for Chase and Bryce as they go ahead and take another commanding lap. Looks like we got Bryce about 2 to 3 tenths of a second behind Chase, but he's going to try to make that inside line work. And we got a yellow flag coming out. I was hoping we go about 2 to 3 more laps because Preston was on his butt. Let's go ahead and see what we had happen back there. Go ahead. So it looks like David Locke and Charles New ended up getting into each other. I don't know if the car's in front of them. It looks like they also potentially touched, but they made it get by. But the caution came out for Charles New and David Locke. I don't know if either of those cars are broke. Jesus. Oh my gosh, I apologize about that. I don't know if either of those cars are broke, but we'll go ahead and get them to the pits, do what they gotta do, clear to the breeze. Fans, get your beer, get your snacks. Kids, get your nachos and cheese, and let's get back to racing. I promise you before the next broadcast, everyone, I will find a button that just gets me to live. That would make life so much better, it seems like. It looks like the 21 car, I think, of Charles New is out of pit lane, and he is making his way up to the front of the pack right now. I think they're waiting on him to get lined back up. With 3PG, with our pit rules, it looks like we have a 2-minute timer upon cautions when they come out. So when that caution starts, you got 2 minutes to repair your vehicle, and then they go 1 to green to try to give everybody a chance. So it looks like they're going to go 1 to green this time by. Chase Keith is going to lead them off the line. Nope, are they? No, they're not. I apologize. I got us all hyped up for nothing. Oh, I see a little icon right there. If you look under my caution, I see a P5. Nice. They must have advanced it multiple laps before. So while we're waiting for this, some of the other things going on in the gaming world of 3PG. Tarkov Life is today. We have a lot of Tarkov players. If anybody wants to have any interest in that, just be sure to tag the Tarkov role in the Discord. Other than that, like I said, the other two recruitment races coming up. We had our Jason Friedline Memorial race last weekend. That was probably, in my opinion, the best 3PG race we've ever ran since 3PG has started as a whole. It didn't have the biggest cart count, but it by far had the biggest meaning and probably some of the best racing we've ever seen. So I highly encourage anyone to check out our asphalt events as well. But we're back to dirt here, and we're in the sprint cars as we got Chase Keith leading us into turn 1. Bryce Sheed is going to take that low line to try to take first place. He's rounding out second with Preston still in third place. He was your leader for most of this race, so he's going to be trying to make a comeback here. Matt Graham, I see, coming on that outside line in fourth, and Ty Williams is going to round out your top 5 in fifth place. Looks like we got Chase Keith and Bryce is going to be that same still standing on that front two. Chase is starting to build a commanding lead though. He's about 3 to 4 tenths of a second, 7 tenths of a second ahead of him on that exit going down the straightaway, and with Preston and Ty in third and fourth. Let's take a look at this battle we have here for third place, and I see it heating up real quick with Ty Williams, Matt Grimm coming up on Preston Cottrell. I really see that battle heating up. He better hurry up and catch up to Bryce's back bumper. He may end up getting past. But the dilemma with all of this, if they all don't make something happen, they're going to let Chase get away. Chase has already built a commanding. I saw 2 seconds at one point on my standing screen. I believe he is about a second to a second and a half ahead of our second place car right now. Preston and Ty Williams are going to round out third and fourth. It looks like Matt Grimm dropped back at some point. It looks like he's going to be in sixth, and we got another caution out right now. It looks like Ty Williams and Preston got into each other somewhere, so let's take a look at that and see what happened. Yeah, it looks like those two ended up getting into each other. We'll do another view here in just a second of like a far chase. And yeah, it looks like them two got into each other, and it was kind of hell broke loose for the other cars behind them. So we'll go ahead and get lined back up, and they will get back to racing. I tell you what, 8 to go. I wasn't sure we were going to make it through 50. I was all for it when we talked about it, but I wasn't sure at first. But this is made for some very, very good racing. 8 laps to go. Chase Keith is going to be your leader. Bryce Sheed. If I'm saying your name wrong, man, like you can cuss me out in the Discord. I'll personally put you in the chat. You can give me every word in the book because I've butchered it probably 6 times. But Bryce, I got you in second place. I don't know how it's going to score that top 3, but we did have Preston in third, Ty in fourth, Noah in fifth, and Matt in sixth. But all 4 of those cars were involved in that caution, so I'm not really sure how it's going to line them up. Let's go ahead and take a look over the next couple of laps. Depending how it lines those 4 up, outside of them, we got David Locke in 8th, Tyler Johnson, who is out of the race already in 9th, and Landon in 10th, who is out. And Jason Trenopole is also out of the race in 11th. Alright, so from what it looks like to me, that's going to be Preston's in 4th, or Preston's in 5th. I can't tell who's 4th. David Locke is 6th. Ty Williams is 7th. I don't see Matt Grimm's car out there. I think that's Noah Jones in 4th. So I may be saying this wrong because iRacing hasn't updated on my screen, but Chase Keith in 1st, Bryce in 2nd, Preston in 3rd, or not Preston, Jesus, we'll just do it the next lap. I can't do this. But we'll go ahead and go this time by green flag. We got Chase Keith rounding out first place with Bryce on his butt. He is coming up in 2nd. Let's take a look at this car. He might get him on the outside, and oh, he hits him on the outside. I don't know if I would consider that taking him out, but he definitely got into the outside of that car. Let's go ahead and play that back real quick. Man, I take our eyes off this for 1 second, and I almost miss it all. I apologize, everybody. Whew. I don't know how you guys would want to call that one. I don't race a sprint car for a reason. Man, I tell you what, he had a lot of momentum coming in on that inside, and I just don't think Chase was ready for that, unfortunately. We'll see how race control decides to score this one, and we'll go ahead and get back to racing. We go ahead and get caught back up, and I swear I'll find a button. I will find the live button. I also know I gotta get a little bit better TV angles for this. I know the basic ones aren't bad, but like I said, this is our first broadcast. It's only going to improve. Just for the viewers that we currently have in here, I just want to say I greatly appreciate everybody showing support. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, I just want you to know 3PG really appreciates you guys as a whole. We'll go ahead and see how this is going to get lined up. I'm kind of curious how this is going to get scored with 7 to go. I'm very, very curious. Oh no, you guys didn't see that. And I tell you what, now that we're getting everything ironed out, I think it is the car I talked about 20 laps ago. What did I say? I think it was about lap 20, lap 25. I'll edit this and put this on a TikTok tonight or tomorrow. Matt Grimm is going to make that outside line work, and he's coming for the front. Matt Grimm looks like he's going to be your first place car. I believe that's going to be Noah Jones right behind him, and Preston Cottrell, I believe, is in that third place car just behind him. We got David Locke in 4th place, and I can't necessarily see just behind him. Got my scoreboard in the way. Oh, that's that pink Ty Williams 3PG car. That's a pretty looking wrap, I will say that. He's going to be rolling out your top 5. We'll go ahead and get lined up and get ready to get back racing. I'm real excited for this one. I don't think they're 1 to green. I think they're going to go 1 to green probably this time by. Alright, and here we go. Matt Grimm is going to bring them to the green. Green. Here he comes on the outside of turn 1. He's going to ride that outside line. We got Noah Jones who's going to follow him in 2nd place. In 3rd place, we're going to have Preston. Preston's going to take that inside line. We're going to see if he can make it work. We got Ty Williams and David Locke riding out the outside of 4th and 5th. I didn't get a chance to see that inside car, who that was. And that is Bryce Sheed. He is already making his way back. That's a fast car, but we'll go ahead and see what happened here. I'm not exactly sure. There's a lot of cars and a lot of people that could have got involved in that. So let's go ahead and figure that out. I don't really entirely know what happened. I think that might have been it right there. I think that was it. Chase Keefe ended up diving down on a slider going into 1 and 2 and getting into the back end of that car he just hit. Sorry it took me so long. I genuinely couldn't figure out what the heck happened there. Yeah, it looks like he tried to throw that slider. Ty Williams ended up avoiding him, but David Locke had nowhere to go. So we'll go ahead and get lined back up, and let's get back rolling. And I see that marker up there, 5 to go. 45 of 50 laps complete. Matt Grimm is going to be your leader. Noah Jones is going to be in 2nd. Preston's going to be in 3rd. And we'll see how 4th on back is lined up. I see David Locke and Ty Williams is going to round out your top 5. Really, out of this top 5 grid, I think any one of them can, honestly, out of this top 6, I think can win it. It's been a very competitive field, top to bottom. We're going to go ahead and see how this goes right here. They are not 1 to green. It looks like they're probably going to do 1 to 2 more laps and then go 1 to green here. Again, like I said, everybody who's came in and supported us, I greatly appreciate every one of you. Whether you're a viewer, a racer, whether you're just telling me to fix my audios, whatever the case may be, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And we always invite you to come out to any one of our 3PG events. But enough about 3PG. Are we going 1 to green? Ooh, not yet. See, it's like a tease for me too. I even own and run 3PG, and I don't even know when we're going 1 to green sometimes. Anybody else wondering about the overlays we've been using, just checked out a quick YouTube video on sim racing apps. I always want to shout out any program I use. I greatly appreciate the software they got. If anybody else has any better broadcasting recommendations in the future, we'll definitely take them. We want to try to have this broadcast rolling 2 to 3 times a week. We run sprints on Tuesdays, UMP modifieds on Wednesdays, and pro late models on Thursdays. So we always want to try to have something broadcasted, have something for you guys to show your sponsors, your family, friends, whatever the case may be. But guess what, baby? We can talk about all that later because we're about to go 1 to green this time by as Matt Grimm leads them into the backstretch into turn 3. Here we go. Green flag racing we got here. Matt Green's going to get a heck of a start going into turn 1. He's going to take that outside line, but Noah Jones is not giving him any space. He is coming as fast as he can, rounding out second. Preston is going in third as well, but Noah got into the wall. Preston's got to do something, and he decides to go down low. While all that goes on, Matt's going to take a commanding lead. With everything else going on there, we got Preston throwing the slider to try to take second. I don't know where I want to put my eyes. Do I want to put him in first, second, third? We also got fourth and fifth going on right now with Ty Williams and David Locke. We can take a look at that for about a half lap. Ooh, and Ty Williams is going to throw that slider there. We got 3 wide in front of him. We got trouble. We got wrecking. We got a yellow flag. Holy crap. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what we saw there. We go back to see a slider from Ty Williams. I was kind of concerned about that. And then just in front of him, it looks like Noah Jones. Let's see specifically what we got here. Looks like Noah Jones ended up trying to get in the middle of a couple cars. Looks like Bryce and who was that car under him? I think it was David Locke. I may be, if I'm correct. Nope, it wasn't David Locke. He was behind him a little bit. So it looked like it was Noah Jones and Bryce and another car on the inside. 3 wide with only half the track. It's probably never going to work, unfortunately. So kind of understandable how that worked out. They're going to go ahead and get pit repairs done. Go ahead and get your beers. Do whatever you got to do. We got 3 laps to go. For anybody wondering about these 360 sprint cars, let's say you join late, you're kind of curious, you want to know how you can run this race in the future, go ahead and join the Discord, discord.gg/3PG. That's the Third Party Gaming's official Discord. We're going to run at least 2 more recruitment races before we kick off everything at the end of September. Those races, we're probably going to put it up to a vote for the racers, see what date's going to be best for all of them on when we can get going. We'll probably take next week off and get back in the rolling with the next 2 after that, because you know we're about 5 weeks away from the regular season, so we want to get everything lined up there. Same format for all leagues, or all invite only between sprints, modifieds, and late models. You can run one of them. You can try to run all 3. If you get invited into, say, the sprint cars, you do got to run the modifieds or the late models to get into that one as well. I know it's a little tedious and it's very annoying, but it has been by far the best way to put 35 cars on a racetrack and get 3 cautions. So it doesn't always happen. Sometimes there's 10, but it's the best way we can do it. And again, we appreciate everybody coming out to support. Like I said, it looks like we're going to have Matt Grimm leading us off here with I believe it's 3 to go this time by. Caution laps are not counting, so when it says to go, I believe that's just until, or when it goes from 3 to go and then it bounces, that's changing for when it's going to go green. I know my overlays aren't perfect. Second place is going to be Noah Jones. Third, it looks like it's going to be Preston still. And outside of our top 3, I can't really see too much. I'm kind of curious where they all line up. So yeah, if anybody here likes what they see, please give us a subscribe, a follow, anything like that is greatly appreciated. Always check out the Discords. If you have any questions, whether it's racing related, content creation related, or anything like that, don't be afraid to reach out to any of us. We are always down to help and make this a big, fun racing community. According to my marker here, I've got the 1 to green call right now, so it looks like we're going to go 1 to green this time by. Like I said, Matt Graham is going to lead them to that green flag with Noah in second, Preston in third. Oh, we weren't current. Holy crap. Talk about a shitty stream. I apologize. Alright, so we'll watch the whole thing since I made everybody miss it. I apologize. I wasn't caught up current. Again, first time streamer woes. Looks like Matt Graham led them into turn 1, and we saw a nasty slider thrown down there. It looks like that slider was thrown by Preston. And I don't know if he was clear. He was not. I'm not a sprint car driver. I leave at the race control, but I'm very curious to see how we get this lined up and get this going. Depending how this lines up, we may have a potential new race leader coming up with 2 laps to go. This is a very big caution flag here, folks. I still don't know who's going to win this race. It could really go either way. But the one thing I can tell you is I'll make sure I'm caught up this time. And the other thing I can tell you is I see the Noah Jones car. I have not, I don't think, called this name one time for leading the race yet. I've called him out for being close and being in that top 3, but we got Noah Jones leading the field here under this caution. He'll be taking the green flag, I believe, with 2 laps to go. Bryce is going to be in second. I see him back up there in that second place, 14 Wingmobile out there. And then third place, I believe that is David Locke is going to be how that is scored. I know that says he's in 5th place right now. I got to update the overlay. Luckily, I've kind of memorized what the cars look like at this point. And that's going to round about your top 3. I think I see Preston there. That's going to be Preston's sprint car there in the top 4. And judging by what has happened to, for the most part, the rest of the cars, I think the rest of them are going to be in the pits. I see the 11 coming out right now, so I believe Chase is going to be able to join us as well. We got 2 to go this time by, so we'll go 1 to green this next lap. So a couple key things to keep in mind with all 3 PG starts and or restarts. In the past, all of our starts used to be, or the first start would be on the green, and after that they'd all be on leader. From here on, all 3 PG starts are always on the leader. Anywhere from turn 4 on, they can launch it at any time at their discretion. As you can see, Noah Jones right there. Waits till he gets to the entrance of turn 4 and he gets on that green flag line, and he's going to take him around this time. He's going to go on a crossover as Bryce Sheed tries to throw it under him to get to that outside line, and he's going to lead him 1 lap to go. They're sideways, they touch, they're outside. We got contact. We have got a race. Holy crap. Noah Jones is going to lead him on the backstretch going into turn 3. Bryce Sheed is going to hit that inside line. I don't know if his car has anything left. I think I was 1 lap late on the overlay, so who ended up getting that right there? So this was the last lap right here, actually, where they touched. That's going to be Noah Jones, Bryce Sheed, and Chase Keith, I believe. Holy crap. What a beautiful race across the board between those 3. We'll go ahead and get them caught up here. Give me about 2 to 3, probably about 60 seconds, and we'll go ahead and get interviews from all these guys here in just a second. All right, guys, we are live. We are back here with the 3P or Troy's Auto Detailing 360 Sprints. I got the top three finishers here. First place, Noah Jones. Second place, Bryce. Bryce, how do you say your last name? I've said it wrong about 16
Shade.
times this broadcast.
Yeah, Shade.
Shade, okay. I haven't said it right one time. That's good to know. So I apologize about that. You can cuss me out later. And Chase, third. Congratulations there. Chase, I want to start with you. Really, you're seems like a new name at 3PG. I haven't heard your name yet. We're about 4 seasons in. First race in, you're already getting third place. And I know a couple of these drivers in here run the league consistently. So, I mean, I know it's an invite only, but how do you think that fares you compared to the rest of the league? What kind of confidence levels that give you?
It gives me a great confidence level. I was coming into this, wasn't sure what to expect. Wasn't know if I was gonna be quick, slow. Didn't really have a setup, but then I'm saying I got an M9 set up and they hooked me up.
Well, heck yeah. I mean, they sounds like you're doing something right because, I mean, you were fast, you were wheeling it. I remember on multiple occasions talking about you and Bryce both coming from the back to the front, making it work. So, I mean, I definitely could see you doing some good stuff. Congratulations there. You got any sponsors you want to thank?
M9, my dad. That's about it.
Perfect. Well, congratulations there. You're good to go. Thank you so much. Bryce. Man, I tell you what, I thought it was either gonna be you or Matt Grimm. I was calling probably both your guys' names more than anybody else in the broadcast. I apologize. There's probably a compilation of how many times I've messed your name up, and
Yeah.
my moderators are probably gonna roast me over the next week about it, so I apologize. But first off, I mean, congratulations, heck of a run. Another name I haven't seen in here in a while, and kind of the same question I told Chase. Where does it put your confidence level? I mean, I know there was only a couple league drivers consistently in here, and the recruitment races can kind of go either way, but it's got to feel good getting second in your first one.
Yeah, it feels good. If I had one more lap, maybe I could have got Noah, but yeah, still pretty good. Came in here just like Chase did. Didn't really have a setup, and felt pretty good, and was really fast.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you were killing it. You looked really good. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to thank?
Not really.
Or
TFR, Trent Fry Racing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, again, congratulations. We can't wait to have you back. I think you did a fantastic job. And we'll go ahead and get it to our winner here, Noah Jones. Noah, I mean, first off, I mean, I've said this twice now, but another name I haven't seen here in a while. We got three new drivers I haven't seen rounding out the top three, pretty well sending a message. I mean, hate to ask you the same question on confidence because, I mean, I know how you feel. You just came and took a win, but, I mean, how do you feel right now?
It feels good. Not much of a wing sprint car guy. It's about my second wing sprint car race this year. I didn't have any intent on winning, but just to get some laps in.
I mean, I'd say you did a great job. To give you perspective, I know Ty Williams won 4 races of our league last year. I know Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm, I don't think he's ran officially in our league, but has ran just about every other event we've done. He's super fast as well. And, I mean, whenever you get in a field like that and take the top, you definitely got to feel good. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to thank?
No.
Fair enough. Other than that, will we see you at all, Noah, and the UMPs or the late models by chance?
Maybe.
Fair enough. In that case, if you have any interest, just be sure to fill the form out in the Discord. Other than that, guys, that's going to be your top three here. Chase, Keith, Bryce, is it Shade? I'm sorry, I know you just said it.
Yeah.
Bryce Shade and Noah Jones. That's going to round out first, second, and third. So congratulations, guys. We'll get everything posted on the website and a full race summary for everybody to check out, as well as the league broadcast. If anybody has any other questions, let me know. Guys, I'll go ahead and get you down real quick. Alright, just wanted to move them out of the channel real quick. Other than that, just want to thank everybody who came out to watch this shit show of a first broadcast we put up. It's always got to get worse before it gets better, so these things are going to gradually go as they do. I greatly appreciate everybody coming out for tonight's broadcast, and I can't wait to see you guys back here tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, for the Bender Designs UNP Modifieds. Same track,